Good morning, Andrea. Good morning, Reuven. How is everyone doing? Happy Monday. Happy Monday. I'm just going to grab a link here. Nope. Here we go. How is everyone doing? Pin. Okay. Good morning. Good morning. Just a second. Okay, here we go. Good morning, Anne. All right. Move this down just a little bit. There we go. Get ourselves all settled in. And we're going to read our psalm for the morning here in just a minute. Okay. Actually, we're going to be on Psalm 63. Psalm 63. This is a Psalm of David. Praise God who satisfies. It says, I'm starting in verse 1, and we're reading from this volume called Psalms of the Bible. And if anybody's interested in checking this out, it is linked on my favorites. Yeah, my favorites page. Which is here in the chat. And, I've been doing this for so long, you'd think that I would remember to do this, but I always forget to put it in the description box afterwards. So anybody who's watching the replay can also have access to that. But in case I forget, sorry, my eye is twitching. In case I forget, if you just go to my website, which is linked on my channel, or any of my regular videos, alyssanalani.com. You just hit the favorites page and you'll find all of the things that we use for the Monday morning show, including this volume. So you can check it out. A Psalm of David when he was in the wilderness of Judah. It says, "Good morning, Darlene. God, you are my God. I eagerly seek you. I thirst for you. My body faints for you in a land that is dry, desolate, and without water. So I gaze on you in the sanctuary to see your strength and your glory. My lips will glorify you because your faithful love is better than life. So I will bless you as long as I live. At your name I will lift up my hands. You satisfy me as with rich food. My mouth will praise you with joyful lips." I have like 2 or 3 songs already running through my head. If you guys know the song Step by Step, if you know the song, there's an old Twyla Paris song called My Lips Will Praise You. And there's another one, As the Deer Pants for the Water. That's not exactly this one, but that reminds me of it. Sorry. Anyway, those are all in my brain right now. Verse 6. "When I think of you as I lie on my bed, I meditate on you during the night watches because you are my helper. I will rejoice in the shadow of your wings. I will follow close to you. Your right hand holds on to me." Oh, there's another song called Hold On To Me, a really old Point of Grace song. That was on like a compilation CD. Sorry, my brain is going in all different directions. Verse 9. "But those who intend to destroy my life will go into the depths of the earth. They will be given over to the power of the sword. They will become a meal for jackals. But the king will rejoice in God. All who swear by him will boast. For the mouths of liars will be shut." For the mouths of liars will be shut. This is such a fantastic psalm. to remind us that ultimately God will take care of enemies. And for David, obviously his enemies were real people, right? Um, and sometimes that is the case in our lives. There are real people who can be enemies, but also it includes situations and circumstances we might find ourselves in that we might be victim to. Um, it could be stuff that's going on in our mind. Um, Paul says that we don't fight against flesh and blood, but against principalities and powers. So sometimes um, we might actually have real life people who might, um, be working against us in very real ways. But it's not when we think of enemies in the context of a psalm. When we're trying to apply it, it can also include any manner of things, any manner of things. So ultimately, if we don't receive or experience justice on in this life, um, in the end, when God wraps it all up, we will see justice and vindication um, from God, or by God's hand, I should say. So, anyway, that was Psalm 63 tomorrow, and I'm marking this with a sticky note because I have a habit of not remembering where we're at. Next week, we'll be doing Psalm 64. I hope all of you had a wonderful weekend and a wonderful week last week. I am a little tired. I mean, I'm usually tired on a Monday morning. This is why I do the Monday morning show, to get me going, to get me moving, start off my work week on a good note, on the right foot. Um, but I am really tired. We had a really busy weekend. So it was a good weekend, but it was busy. And we got a lot of things going on this week, or I have a lot of things going on this week. So ready to get going. Okay. I'm going to go grab a tissue. I have something on my finger that I need to take care of. Give me 1 second. I was doing something earlier and I still have some residue. Give me 1 minute. I'm going to be right back. I'm just going to wipe this off. Sorry, I try not to leave dead space. But anyway, good morning, Cindy. How are you? Okay, we're going to do a conversation card real quick. And I had one and I put it back. No. Okay. Maybe this one. And I say maybe because I'm not sure if I want to answer it myself. Oh, on the fly. Okay. Maybe. You're not terribly, terribly late, Cindy. That is okay. I am doing well. How is everyone else doing? Cindy wants to know. Okay. Let's see. Which question do I want to ask you guys? Okay. Okay, I'm going to, good morning, Leonie. I'm going to modify this one because you may not have 3 items, you might only have 1 or 2, or you may have 3 items, but it might be a lot to type. So, question is, and for anybody wondering, this is the icebreaker deck that I use, and it's linked in the favorites page. Okay, what are the top 3 things on your bucket list? Here's my modification. You can, you feel free to only post 1. What is an item on your bucket list? It says top 3. I don't know if I can give like the ultimate items on my bucket list. Top 3, or top 1 of the top 3, one of the top 3. Um, Man, what do I really, really want to do? A friend of mine and I were actually talking about this yesterday. A few of us were having a conversation, and one of them asked a similar question to this. And I was like, what? Oh, he said, what do you have to do? Good morning, Alma. What is something that you have to do? Like before you die, what would you just need to do? And I don't know. I'm bad with those kinds of like ultimate questions. Um, One thing I would like to do, I think I would like to go in a hot air balloon. I definitely want to go to a hot air balloon festival. Um, Ruben, you want to read the entire Bible? Yep, that's a good one. That is a good one. That is a good one. I am almost there. I have a couple of portions to finish, but I'm almost there. I haven't done it myself either. Working on it. My Bible reading has been to go deep, and I just haven't gone broad. Oh man. Let's see. Okay, your answers are coming in. So read the whole Bible. Okay, let's see. All the books on your bookshelf. Anne wants to read all the books on her bookshelf. How many books is that, Anne? How many books? I know that's never going to happen with me. I have close to, if not over, 1,000 books. I'm not going to read all of them. I know that. Um, it is a never-ending journey. It definitely is. Bible reading is a never-ending journey, even if you do finish it. Even when you finish it, and I know several of you probably have, it still is a never-ending journey. Let's see, Leonie, you want to learn how to ride a motorcycle? Oh, that's so cool. Oh, and you're gonna start learning this weekend. Nice. That's great. You'd like to go to Canada. You don't have much on your list. Hey, you don't have to have a lot. You don't have to have a lot. Let's see. You have hundreds of books. Yes. Okay. So, Anne, is this something that you are um, like intentionally making a plan for? Like, are you making lists? Are you, you know, how are you going to tackle this? Yes, you should have a bucket list. You should have a bucket list, even if it's the thing about bucket lists is that I mean they're kind of like pie in the sky, castles in the air kind of things, but if you keep one, and I've had one before, I need to find mine. Actually, I've had a Pinterest board as a bucket list before. That's an idea, is use a Pinterest board as a bucket list. But keep one like it could be a note in your notes on your phone. It could be on your computer. It can be in a journal. If you keep a planner, you can have a copy that you just kind of go from one to another. Um, if you have a bucket list, even if you don't accomplish everything, it's a great sort of data point to show you what you do desire in life. Maybe you can't do this particular thing, but you could do like the next best thing or the second next thing or something like that. It gives you an idea of, man, like maybe I ought not to spend my money here because it would be really cool if I could get this done. You know what I'm saying? Like it's just a really good metric. I don't think that's the right word. Data point. It's a good data point to kind of show you what you would like to do. Um, oh, I feel like there's a saying, and I don't know if I know the whole thing. Anyway, it's just good information to have, and they're fun. and they're fun. And you could do a bucket list for yourself. You could do a bucket list for you and your spouse, or you and a friend. You could do a bucket list for your whole family with your kids. There are all different kinds of ways to do this. Okay, Andrea, something you have to do, something you have to do is a family trip to Jamaica, which we are already planning. Awesome. You want to visit PEI? I want to visit PEI too. I really, really do. And you also want to learn to do a split. I've never been able to do a split. I would actually like to learn how to do it. I've never been flexible enough. I've never been flexible enough. So I would like to learn how to do a split. Very, very cool. And you had all 3. Nice. Okay, I do wanna go to PEI, seriously. I would love to go. Okay. Alma, you would like to write out your testimony? Oh, that would be cool. That'd be cool, and you gotta let us know when you do. Yes, you need a plan, Anne. Anne needs a plan to read all the books. Oh, man. Let's see. Alma, you're getting encouragement. You're getting encouragement to write it down. A journal. It's never too late to start journaling. It's never too late to start journaling, Ruben. Do it now. Now is the next best time. They say, like, when was the best time to start? 10 years ago or whatever, but when's the next best time to start? Now. So give it a shot. All right. You guys have really great ideas. Okay, so on the docket for this week, what do you all have? First of all, how did you do last week? Were you able to reach your goals last week? Were you able to reach your goals last week? How did that go? Yep, the next right thing. The next right thing. I didn't meet all of the goals I wrote down. I did complete a couple of big things. So last week, one of the things I wanted to do is I wanted to move the desks between our bedroom and my office. And so I moved my husband out of my office. He approved, he was fine with it. Moved his stuff to our bedroom, and then I moved my stuff from our bedroom to my office. And now my office is all mine again, and it has all of my it has both of my desks, my standing desk, my sitting desk. It has all my sewing stuff and my crafting stuff in there. And I still have to move some things around, but now it feels better. I don't know why we didn't think of this before. Actually, I do know why we didn't think about it before, because my husband's 3D printer was in my office, and we were like, it would probably be too noisy to have it in our bedroom, or like too uncomfortable because it makes a lot of noise. And then we were like, you know what? I don't think we're going to be that bothered. I really don't think we're going to be that bothered. And he's not printing all the time. So we decided to just go for it. And it works way better now. That was a really big thing on my list. I spent like Monday and Tuesday working on that. We also opened up some things in Club 119. And I'm really, really excited about that. I still have a ton more work to do in there, but some stuff is open, ladies. So if you want to check it out, you can. And the Bible study field journal is now live. So that is available too. I should have put a link. You guys, I am just not a marketer. I'm not a marketer. Ruben, I told you yesterday that I would get you the link, so I might as well just pop it in here for everyone. If I can find it. Give me just a second here. Okay. Access. That's not it. Okay. That's also not it. You guys, I don't even know how to use my own platform. Oh, you know why? Because I'm in the wrong space. Here we go. Bible study field journal, and we're gonna get a link, and yeah. Okay. Cindy K, you got a few things done last week. Okay, what's on this week? Okay, Andrea, let's see. Journaling is one of the things You see as mental health hygiene task? Yes, to help yes, yes. Journaling is so good for keeping track and tabs on what's going on upstairs, right? Yes. Let's see. Oh, hold on, let me put this up there. Okay, sorry, I couldn't read. Okay. Oil change, organize the garage, mow the lawn. Oh, you've got like you've got multiple things. Okay, Ruben's got more than 3. Here we go. You're gonna be really busy this week, and I know you're gonna be really busy this week with work too. 45 of AA, nice. Let's see, going to the fair this coming weekend. Awesome. Yes, we have the Texas State Fair going on right now. And this coming weekend is the last weekend. So, yes, get it done. Awesome. 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 Okay. I have the link for the Bible Study Field Journal if you want to check it out, if anybody wants to check it out, if you haven't gotten it yet. And there we go. Okay. Alma, you ordered a desk and a small chest of drawers to go under it so you can organize your planning and studying area. Love that. Very good. Very, very good. Okay. So you guys can keep putting in your what you got done last week if you want to, and then what you have this week. For me, this week, let's see. Okay. I have some reading I have to finish for a project. I have some affiliate stuff to do this week. I'm trying to figure out how to tackle it. Okay. Okay, so I need to organize. Oh. Okay, I know what I have. Okay. I know what I have. I know what I have. One second. So I've got some affiliate tasks. What I mean by that is I have some products coming in that I need to prep content for and make sure I have all the dates um set. Like I know when the release dates are so I can talk about these things at the right time. Okay. Also, if anybody, speaking of which, if anybody is interested in the Daily Grace Co. Bible study, Advent Bible study, they're still available as well as the Write the Word journal from Cultivate What Matters for Advent. Those are still available if anybody's interested, as far as I know. And if you're interested in them for the Advent season, now is the better time to get them before they run out. They have both a men's and a women's study. I should have links for this, you guys. Oh my goodness gracious. I'm not good at this. I'm so not good at this. I should come prepared. Alrighty. Mercy. Anyway, there is a men's and a women's study. I'm just going to link to okay. Nobody asked for this, you guys. I'm just posting stuff. Okay, this is the Advent study. The women's Advent study. If you want the gentleman's Advent study, I have that too. It is right here. Oh, they've got a teen one too. I have a teen one too. Okay, I think this is the gentleman's one. Yep. Copy. Okay, they've got a bunch of stuff. So if you click on any one of those links, you'll find a bunch of stuff. This year I have the study. I got the ornament for my tree. I got the Advent calendar, which I've never had an Advent calendar before. I got what else? I got 2 mugs because I cannot skip out on a Christmas mug. Anyway, so you can check that out. Um, okay, so I have some affiliate stuff to do, besides that, and then I have a series of YouTube videos that I'm trying to get done this month. You guys, this is something I've been thinking through and ideating through for a long time, and it's finally coming together. It's finally coming together. Um, and I'm gonna try to get it out on YouTube. What is the date today? It's the 13th. Either this week or next week is when it's gonna start, and I'm so excited. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, I'm so excited. Oh, you got the link? Good, good, Ruben, awesome. Let's see, you sent your devotional and got a document notarized for your mom's guardianship process for your sister and who'll be the guardian. Wait a second. Hold on, Alma. What do you mean? You sent your devotional? What? Did I miss something? What do you mean you sent your devotional? What does that mean? Did you write a devotional? Am I behind? Am I forgetting some pertinent information here? Okay. But then aside from that, you have documentation that's being notarized so that your sister can be your mom's guardian. Oh, that's right. There was a devotional. We had a conversation about a devotional last week. You guys, I'm so sorry. I've got a really bad memory. Alma, can you help me out? Can you remind me what's happening? Remind me what's happening. Okay. Okie dokie. So I have a YouTube series coming out, Lord willing, very soon. And it's planner related. This is all for because planner season is we are smack dab in planner season, and I have some things I want to talk about. Okay, and then I have so that's my biggest project. And then I have oh yeah, I have another Club 119 project to work on. Okay, so here we go. I'm almost done with it. Just need to release it hopefully today. That's right. Thank you. You guys are so much better than I am. That's right. I remember that. So you did finish the devotional. That's right. Thank you, Andrea, for saying that. The snail mail. Yep, I'm all caught up now. I'm all caught up. I'm all caught up. Oh my gosh. Oh, it has been a long week. Okay. Thank you. I'm all caught up. Um, so you got it done, Andrea. If that is the case, if that is what you're telling us, congratulations. Congratulations. Okay. Awesome, awesome. Woo! My goodness. My goodness. All right, I have all my 3. I have all my 3. You all have 3 or more. Last week you had the deadline to submit. It was extended due to mailing delays. Oh, awesome. So you got it done. Very good. Very good. All right, you guys. That's for priorities. I still have some other things, of course, on my extended to-do list, but at least I have my top 3. So let's talk books. You can pick a color for those of you who may not know. I have my bookcases organized loosely by color within genre, but you can pick a genre or a topic, and I'll see what I can do. Or a color of a book that you might like to see. Darlene, you've got transfer photos to discs. Oh man, I need to go through my digital stuff too. Clean floors and baseboards, and then declutter and organize work centers. Love it. All right, Tony wants a red book. Tony wants a red book. Anybody else? Any other colors or requests that I might be able to fill? We want a novel. Okay. We need red as a color, a novel. What else? And we're doing 3. I usually try to pick 3. Sometimes I go over, but 3 is what I'm shooting for. So read, a novel. What else we got? Orange. Okay. Red, orange, and novel. Let's see. That one's a little niche. Let's see. We talked about that. That's a red book. Novel. Orange. Okay, we have some picks here. For red, I actually have 2. I have 2. Okay, sorry. I'm going to stand now. Whew. Okay. Oh, Alma, you've got your list. Okay, so desk project, read, read, read. I love that to-do list item. Read, read, read. And then change your tablescape decor for fall. That's what I need to do. I knew. Okay. Thank you for saying that. We need to get fall decorations, decor, out of storage. It's really hard to embrace fall when it's like 90 degrees outside, which it was yesterday. But I'm really needing to remember that it is fall. Okay. So we have, I picked up this book, I want to say it in clearance, but for anybody who might be aware, who might know, oh, we got another one. Okay. Cindy K, you're going to work on your website, design and content plan, and of course, decorate for fall. So you got to decorate for fall. I need to bring out some candles. I got some stuff in my kitchen that needs to be put out, tablecloth, all that kind of stuff. It needs to feel like fall inside my house, even though it does not feel like fall outside. I did bring out my fall mugs. So my pretty autumn mugs, those are out by my coffee machine. Okay. What was I trying to say? If you know about the Creation Museum, that's out in Kentucky, I think. I've been multiple times. It's a really great. If you've never been to the Creation Museum and the Ark Encounter, you need to go. Anyway, Ken Ham, who was the creator of it, he has several books. I think I picked this up at a clearance bin somewhere. This is the New Answers book. This talks about creation and evolution in the Bible, or 25 questions on creation and evolution and the Bible. So if you ever needed a resource about that kind of stuff, this talks about those things. So evolution, intelligent design, creation, or a little of all 3. What do you really believe? And why does it matter to your life, your family, and your faith today? Christians live in a culture with more questions than ever, questions that affect one's acceptance of the Bible as authoritative and trustworthy. Now discover, did I say that right? Now discover, yes, easy to understand answers that reach core truths of the Christian faith and apply the biblical worldview to these subjects. So it has a list. Creation, or the days of creation, Genesis, evolution, carbon dating, dinosaurs, UFOs, Noah's Ark and the flood, fossils, and a bunch of other things. Explore these and other topics answered biblically and logically in this book from the world's largest apologetics ministry, Answers in Genesis. Timely and scientifically solid, the New Answers book offers concise answers from leading creationist Ken Ham and scientists such as Dr. David Minton, Dr. Georgia Purdom, Dr. Andrew Snelling, Dr. Jason Lyle, and many more. So, anyway, these are soft recs. I haven't read it, but I have had it on my shelf for a long time, and I've been to the Creation Museum at least 3 times for various reasons, and fantastic work. Okay, that was for Red. This is another Red one. We've probably talked about this before. Still haven't read it, but this is Wild by Cheryl Strayed. I hear it's really good. I hear it's really, really good. Pause. Andrea. Don't play with me. She says she's really tempted to pull out the Christmas tree now and decorate it for autumn and then for Christmas. This is a trend? You're saying this is a trend? Where do I see this trend? Do I need to go on the TikTok, on the Instagrams? Where do I need to go to see the trend? Because I might need to see it. I've already been talking about how I told my husband I probably need to start decorating for Christmas a little early, like pre-Thanksgiving, because as a content creator, sometimes you got to have these things out early. But I'm trying to figure out if I really want to do that. Ruben, usually I am right there with you. Usually I'm like, let Thanksgiving have Thanksgiving. Let Thanksgiving have its day, which is why I haven't solidly made a decision on whether or not to decorate before Thanksgiving. But the thought is there. Oh my goodness. So yeah, I'm usually there. I'm usually a purist. Like let Christmas be Christmas, let Thanksgiving be Thanksgiving, and never the two shall meet. But we'll see. Instagram. Oh, the trend is really for Halloween. I don't celebrate Halloween either, so this would be your edit. Okay. Yes, I've seen people keep their tree up and then decorate it for Valentine's Day. I'm thinking. I love me a Christmas tree, and to decorate it for multiple occasions just seems like a really great option, Yes, this would be great, especially if you have kids who are asking questions, or their friends are asking questions, or they're encountering really tough questions in terms of their education, like at school, teachers and whatnot, what's being presented in classes, that kind of thing. Let's see. You love the holidays, yeah. Thanksgiving is just a rehearsal for Christmas. That's great. Oh my gosh. Yeah. Okay. So let's move on. You guys can keep talking about it. I got to move on. All right. So Wild. I've heard really, really great things about this book. Just still have not gotten to it. From Lost to Found on the Pacific Crest Trail. This is a memoir. Or a biography. It says biography. I thought, okay, somebody correct me if I'm wrong. I thought memoir was for people who are still alive, and biography were for those who are no longer with us. I thought that's how that worked. I don't know. What's the difference between a memoir and a biography? Because apparently I don't have that quite right. Okay. At 22, Cheryl Strayed thought she had lost everything. In the wake of her mother's death, her family scattered, and her own marriage was soon. I think I read that wrong. I'm so sorry. Let me try that again. In the wake of her mother's death, her family scattered, and her own marriage was soon destroyed. 4 years later, with nothing more to lose, she made the most impulsive decision of her life. With no experience or training, driven only by blind will, she would hike more than 1,000 miles of the Pacific Crest Trail from the Mojave Desert through California and Oregon to Washington State. And she would do it alone. Told with suspense and style, sparkling with warmth and humor, Wild powerfully captures the terrors and the pleasures of one young woman forging ahead against all odds on a journey that maddened, strengthened, and ultimately healed her. So, Wild by Cheryl Strayed. Again, I've heard it's fantastic. And that was another red pick. Another red pick. And you know what? It matches sort of my. No, not really. Just kidding. I thought it matched my nails. This one matches my nails a little bit more. Okay. Good morning, budgeting mama. How are you? Oh, and the museums, the Creation Museum and the Ark are on your bucket list? Yes. Yes, yes, yes. Okay, we have answers here. A biography is a detailed account of somebody's life written by someone else, covering their entire life story, while a memoir is a personal narrative written by the person. That's what I thought. See, I thought I was, but it says biography. Okay, Vintage. What is the publisher? Vintage is the publisher. I feel like they got it wrong. So, okay. You always wondered what it'd be like to hike for more than 6 months through the Appalachian Trail. I recently heard about the Pacific Crest. Yes. So, um, there are three that make up the Triple Crown. It's the Appalachian Trail, the Pacific Crest Trail, and the Continental Divide. Continental. Somebody might have to look that up for me. It's Triple Crown. There are three big ones. And they take months to do. My husband would know because he wants to do them. Let's see. Michelle lost 50 pounds walking and ate whatever you wanted. Oh, yes. Oh, yes. Whenever you're hiking, when Stephen and I did our Colorado trip, we hiked 50 miles over a week. And you can eat whatever you want. Like, you can eat whatever you want. Because you are literally burning the calories. They're just going. They're going. You're burning so many calories on a trip like that. Okay. Next we had a request for a novel. I don't think we've done this. I don't remember. I'm just gonna recommend it. Okay. This is Radio Girls. It is by Sarah Jane Stratford. And it is a book about the 1920s. London, 1926. American-raised Maisie Musgrave, I think we have talked about this, I feel like it, is thrilled to land a job as a secretary at the upstart British Broadcasting Corporation, otherwise known as the BBC. I can't say it regular. The BBC, whose use of radio, still new, strange, and electrifying, is captivating the nation. Hold on. But the hectic pace, smart young staff, and intimidating bosses only add to Maisie's insecurity. Soon she is seduced by the work, gaining confidence as she arranges broadcasts by the most famous writers, scientists, and politicians in Britain. She is also caught up in a growing conflict between her two bosses, John Reith, I'm not sure how to pronounce that, the formidable Director General of the BBC, and Hilda Matheson. That sounds right, Matheson, the extraordinary director of the hugely popular Talks programming, who each have very different visions of what radio should be. Under Hilda's tutelage, Maisie discovers her talent, passion, and ambition. But when she unearths a shocking conspiracy, she and Hilda join forces to make their voices heard both on and off the air, and then face the dangerous consequences of telling the truth for a living. Radio Girls by Sarah Jane Stratford. This is after the Great War, changes in the air. In this novel that brings to life the exciting days of early British radio and one woman who finds her voice while working alongside the brilliant women and men of the BBC. So that one looks really interesting. That was 3. I'll throw in one more. I was talking to some friends about Filipino food the other day. And so I'm going to throw this one in honor of Filipino food. That there. This is a mystery, and it's part of a series. And I think there are like 4 maybe by now. I feel like maybe we've talked about this one before. Again, I am starting to lose. I've lost track a long time ago. This is called arsenic and adobo. Adobo in Filipino culture is it can be made with different kinds of meat, but it's a brown, saucy, liquidy. It depends. It's a brown chicken, or some people make it with pork, or I've seen it made with turkey. But it's a brown sauce meat dish, and you eat it with rice, and it's really good. I grew up on it. Anyway, so this is a mystery, arsenic and adobo. I think it's like a murder mystery. It's the first in a new culinary cozy series full of sharp humor and delectable dishes, one of which might just be the killer. So there's a lot of talk about Filipino food and Filipino culture, which is really fun. So yeah, anyway, I'm going to see if I can pronounce everything correctly. Yeah, okay, here we go. When Lila Macapagal moves back home to recover from a horrible breakup, her life seems to be following all of the typical rom-com tropes. She is tasked with saving her Tita Rosie's failing restaurant, and she has to deal with a group of matchmaking aunties who shower her with love and judgment. Very on point. Uh, But when a notoriously nasty food critic, who happens to be her ex boyfriend, drops dead moments after confrontation with Leela, her life quickly swerves from a Nora Ephron romp to an Agatha Christie case. With the cops treating her like she's the one and only suspect, and the shady landlord looking to finally kick the Macapagal family out and resell the storefront, Leela's left with no choice but to conduct her own investigation. Armed with armed with the noisy auntie network, her barista best bud, and her trusted dachshund, I forgot how to pronounce this, Laganisa, I think that's correct. Leela takes on this tasty, twisted case and soon finds her own neck on the chopping block. This is really, really fun. Like I said, this is the first in a series, and each one has like a clever title that has some kind of Filipino food or Filipino dish in the title. So, Arsenic and Adobo is the first in like an alliterative series of titles. So, anyway, it's really fun. It's written by Mia P. Manansala, trying to get my emphasis correct. Y'all, I'm half Filipino for those of you who did not know. My mother's Filipino. And every once in a while, I can pull off an accent here and there. Every once in a while, the words will flow off my tongue correctly. I do not speak my mother's dialect. I do not speak the Filipino language of Tagalog. Yes. But anyway, oh yeah. Okay. So here's the thing. So the Hispanic culture and the Filipino culture have some things in common because Spain did conquer or occupy the Philippines for a time. So Filipino culture has a mix of different other cultures. So you'll see Japanese influence, Spanish influence. Adobo for Filipinos is not like the adobo seasoning or seasoning. I don't know all of the what do you call it? Not applications, but versions or I don't know the extent of the life of adobo in Hispanic culture, but in Filipino culture, adobo is made with the very basic elements of the dish is soy sauce and vinegar. Those are the two big main parts of the dish. So it has nothing to do with adobo seasoning like you would find at the grocery store. It's a completely different taste. So yeah, so it's a little, it's salty from the soy sauce, but it's got a little bit of acid from the vinegar, and sometimes they add sugar to kind of soften it. There are different ways to make it, but it's one of my favorite dishes. So Anyway, if you're looking for a little culture, a little bit of a different culture, this is a really great, what do you call it? Option. Okay. Yeah, we'll have to talk about that. Definitely have to talk about that. Okay, so we have Arsenic and Adobo, we have Radio Girls, and we have Wild by Cheryl Strayed, and then we have the new Answers book. There are different Answers books, by the way. There's more than just one. There's more than just one. I don't know if I have another one. But anyway, you are welcome. You're welcome for the education. Being mixed is fun. Being mixed is fun. Okay. I think that is that it? Books. Challenge. We need to do the challenge. We need to do the challenge. I'm going to sit again. Boop. Boop. All right. Okay, what have we got? Oh, this one's good. Ooh, that one's good too. I'll throw a twist on that. Okay, so these two are related. Maybe one more from the other deck. These are the Intentional Action Ideas decks from Cultivate. Okay, we're going to do that one too, just as a reminder. Challenge is different than the icebreaker question. So the icebreaker question is for us to do in real time, or for people to answer in the comments if they watch the replay. But the challenge is something that you can write down and work on during the week. So I used to just read one, but now I've just gotten to the point where I'm like, let me just pick a few and you can see if you like any of them and then pick which one you want to do. Okay, so the first two are a little related, so you can combine them if you want to. So I'm going to read them out and then I'll give you my twist or a suggestion for how you might apply this week. So the first one says to read a verse before you go to sleep to close out your day in the Word. Okay. The second one is write out a verse in 3 different translations. Okay, so my twist, my combination would be something like you could get like an index card and write out a verse or 2 or 3, whatever you want, in 3 different translations. So you can kind of see some of the variation and the nuance. You could keep it by your bedside. You could keep it on your desk while you're working, keep it in your planner, write it in your planner, whatever you want. You could also, this is what came to mind when I was reading these. If you have like dry erase markers or wet erase markers, you could write these verses out like on your mirror so that you can see them and read them while you're, brushing your teeth, doing your makeup, whatever. So that's an idea. So you could combine the two. Get an index card, write the verses out in 1 or 2 or 3 translations, whatever you'd like. Read them before you go to bed. Or just write them on the mirror, keep it by your desk, put it on your fridge. Maybe, especially if you have kiddos at home, you could write out a few verses and then work on memorizing them like during dinner time. This is great dinner time discipleship. I'm not a parent, but I do follow people who do like dinner time discipleship stuff. And that would be a really, really great idea. So, just kind of keep that in mind. For like family time or dinner time or something like that. Oh, you also, bye Andrea, have a wonderful day and a wonderful week. Also, shoot, I lost my train of thought. Oh yeah, you could you could also write a verse on your if you have 2 mirrors, like in my master bathroom, my husband and I each have our own vanity situations with our own mirrors. So you could write like a message on your spouse's mirror, like a little like I love you situation, and then maybe like write a Bible verse to encourage them for the week. Oh, I should do that. I should do that. I should write like each week. You could do it each week. So like on a Monday morning or whatever day you decide, write it on their mirror, and then it could be like their verse for the week from you. That would be so cool. And you could do the same thing for your kids. You could write on their bathroom mirror if they have a bathroom mirror, or stick a note on their door or something like that. Come on, right? That sounds cute. Okay, second challenge. And I'm doing this selfishly because I need to do this. Okay, make a list of your favorite healthy snacks and keep them on hand at all times. Keep it on hand at all times. My husband and I were talking about this yesterday. If you're trying to cut something out of your diet, or you're trying to eat less of something, don't buy it. Don't buy it. If you are used to buying XYZ food, I'm not going to put any particular food on blast right now, but if you're used to buying XYZ food and you're like, I need to eat less of this, don't buy it. Buy the stuff you want to eat, not the stuff you're used to eating if you're trying to make a change. So, favorite healthy snacks. I had some, I'm like using my hands a lot right now. I had some like chopped up, not chopped, but like sliced carrots and cucumbers and peppers in my fridge this past week because I was making salad and spring rolls. Um, I need to make sure I have that kind of stuff on hand more often, because then I'll reach for good stuff and not junk. I don't buy a lot of junk, but then I don't always eat. Sometimes I just won't eat. You know what I mean? So it's not like the absence of bad food that is only the struggle. Or, yeah, sometimes I have good food in my fridge and I'm not eating it because I'm like too busy, which is not real. I'm not too busy, I'm just lazy. Okay, those are the challenges. Pick whatever works for you, or create a variation for yourself if neither of those things are quite right for your current situation. All right, we're going to have prayer. We're going to have prayer. Let me just make sure. Okay, I've got my top 3 for the week. You guys. I'm really excited. Top 3 for the week. We did our books. We did our conversation. Okay, we are good to go. You guys, thank you so much for hanging out. I hope that you have, let's see, you're in a chocolate withdrawal right now and resisting the urge to buy more. Resist the urge to buy more. Here's another thing. To think about. And this depends on your relationship to the food in question, right? I try not to deny myself particular food. Again, depending on your relationship to the situation. If you're having withdrawals, then just abstinence from that thing is best, right? Just cold turkey, just cut it out. But if you can handle, this is for anybody for whom it applies, if you can handle a little bit here and there of whatever, my brain doesn't like you can't have. My brain would rather function on you can have it, but you can't have it now. You can have it later, or you can have it at certain times. So I try to give myself freedom on the weekends, so like behave really well during the week, and on the weekends I splurge a little bit. You got to have like a cheat day or a cheat snack or a cheat meal of some kind. So yeah, there's just things to think about, just things to think about. If you're in a position where complete removal of the thing is best, by all means do it. But if you can discern through the situation, you think every once in a while it's going to hurt me, and just be strict about when. Chocolate cravings are related to magnesium deficiency. Tiffany, I did not know that. Might be something to look into, Anne. I didn't know that. I do have a magnesium deficiency, I'm pretty sure, because my eye twitches every so often. And a friend of mine told me that she started taking magnesium and it just went away. And I did it and it worked. So every once in a while, I'll take some magnesium before I go to bed. Cheat days can turn really bad, like eating the whole bag. Again, this is why you're not wrong. You're not wrong. You have to know what you're disciplined enough to handle. Some people can be just fine. And this goes for anything, right? Whether it's food or, social media or whatever. Like Um, you have to know I can handle just a cheat meal, for instance. I have a brother-in-law who is in personal training and that kind of work, and he says that if you have like a cheat meal, just make sure your next meal is good. Like you can take this with a grain of salt. You can eat whatever you want, sort of, but don't eat bad meals back to back. You know what I mean? So have a meal if you're like out to dinner or you're celebrating or whatever with friends, but then make sure that your next meal, your next couple of meals are healthy, that kind of thing. You know what I'm saying? So anyway, Bio Optimizer Magnesium has like 6 different magnesiums in it. Interesting. We're getting an education on magnesium. I know there's a lot to all sorts of minerals and vitamins and such. I'm not terribly educated on all of them. Okay. Thank you for all of the info. We are going to pray and I'm going to let you all go. I'm going to get some walking in. I'm going to get my breakfast in. And yeah, hope you guys have a wonderful Monday. Let's pray. Dear Heavenly Father, thank you so much for this day. Thank you so much for waking us up this morning to a new day. We know that this week is going to be full of challenges and struggles and frustrations and things we probably would rather not deal with. But we know that you've already seen it all. And we know that you go before us and that you walk beside us and that you have every desire to keep our hands in yours. And so we ask that you help us to keep our hands securely in your hands, and that we walk beside you, not in front, not lagging behind, but that we walk beside you because you are our strength and you are our comforter. You are our wisdom. I ask that you would help us grow in discernment so that we can make good decisions, that we can choose the right things. And that we can navigate through all of the pressures and the struggles with grace and with dignity and with the intentions of bringing glory to you so that others can see how wonderful you truly are. I ask that you would be with all families represented here on the call and those who are watching the replay, that you would be with all those who are going through any particular things financially or health-wise, any struggles. Lord, you know the answers, and we just ask that your will be done and that we would be satisfied with it. Please forgive us for where we have fallen short, where we have sinned. I ask that as we go through each day this week, that we would be formed more and more in the image of Christ. So again, when people see us, they see children of the King. We are so grateful for all your blessings and for loving us so well. We ask all of these things in Jesus' name. Amen. Yeah, burger for lunch, salad for dinner. I mean, we make the best decisions. We make the best decisions with the options that we have. That's the best we can do. And the way the world is going back to the basics is, yep, that's the way to go. It really is. Have a wonderful week, you all. Thank you so much for hanging out. I will talk to you all later. Bye.